What is up, my ninjas? I'm Strydent, and welcome to another vlog, video, whatever. This is a little different. So, I actually am a big fan of V-Toys. I like V-Toys Studio. I follow V-Toys Studio, and I was trying to get this figure, cyberpunk Taki from V-Toys. I love V-Toys figures. I have a couple V-Toys figures right now. I think I have like 3 of them. I wanted to get him, but I missed out on him. And then recently, I saw a post from V-Toys Studio showing up saying, we still have this figure, let us know if for anyone that's interested. So I went on their site or their IG page and I was like, cool. And I also saw they were accepting commissions and collaborations. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll get it and I'll work with them. Fake page. It's a fake fucking page. This is not the V-Toys official page. So I didn't realize this ahead of time. So I started going through the process and I got scammed. Now I'm making this video because if you guys feel like it, give them hell. Give them hell. Report them to everybody you can report them to. These guys need to feel the wrath because their function, the way they do stuff is pretty slimy. Apparently, they've been doing this for years. I just never bought stuff from them directly. Now, this is the actual V-Toys Studio Instagram page. You can see there's no underscore in between the V-Toys and Studio. And they also tell you that this is their only official account and everything else is fake. I have both of them followed, but I saw my friends also followed this other one, so somehow I didn't, or they also follow both, so I didn't realize that I was dealing with a fake page. So anyway, I went through their whole shtick. They told me to pay them through Zelle. I paid them through Zelle. Later on, I learned that when they ask for Zelle, they use Zelle because it's really hard for you to get your money back. They had this stupid situation, but they were selling it for retail, so $80, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll pay $80 for that. And they said shipping inclusive, and so I went in and gave them the money. Wanted to also know about collaborating with them because I'm making toys right now, so it'd be dope to work with V-Toys. It was all bullshit. So if you come across this page, I need you guys to report them to everybody you can report them to. Let the world know these guys are frauds. They take your money. And essentially what they do is after you've paid for it, they send you tracking information. And then the company that they're shipping this through sends you an invoice for ridiculous shipping. I'm talking and I think I have pictures of it. I'm gonna actually show you what they do with the shipping shortly, but I just got to rant about this because I've never been scammed this badly. I think I've only ever been scammed one other time, and that was on a G.I. Joe page on Facebook. There were people on there that they wanted to trade fodder for for my Sky Striker. So I was like, yeah, sure, I want to get rid of the Sky Striker. So yeah, I'll take your fodder, which included at that time one of my most coveted the Joes I wanted the most was the 50th anniversary Lowlight. And at the time, or maybe it was 30th anniversary Lowlight, but at the time he was really hard to find, and this dude promised that, and instead he ended up sending me just the fodder without the finished full figure. So I was pissed, and that whole thing went down, and yeah, it went down how you probably would expect. But and then there's this. You guys have to we have to be diligent. I got to be more diligent and pay attention because somehow I missed all of this. I don't know how I missed all of this, but I did, and I thought that it was legit because the person I was speaking to seemed to be legit, but I mean that's part of the scam, right? False sense of security, and then they snatch the fucking rug right out from under you. So what they do is after they decide that they confirm your payment and they receive the payment, then they're going to let you know that you're gonna receive information about the shipping because they use a third party for shipping, which I've had happen other times when I bought things from Japan. When I first used JP fans, or actually back in the day when I first used AliExpress, it was like that. And there was another store or series of a site that you had to use a proxy to buy the stuff in Japan, and then they shipped it to you via shipping a separate site that handles shipping and logistics. And it was reasonable. This was way back in the earlier 2000s, but it was I found better deals on SIC figures from Japanese sites that weren't, like they weren't the standard retail ones that have like American uh, access where they'll just ship to you, in America. These were more specialized, and I can't remember for the life of me, but I do remember getting one or two of my SIC figures from them before I found some other places that I've used and Agent O uses, and me and my friends use more often. Sites like Jungle and Solaris Japan. Before we started using them, before we even knew they existed, there were others that you would go through that whole process. But anyway, they will confirm your information. After they confirm your information, they let you know, like I said, that they've received your payment and that they're going to get you hooked up with the shipping company. And the shipping company is going to send you an invoice with these options. It comes from a company called Express Logistics Transport. And it says that you need to pay shipping costs in the amount of these four tiers, which makes no sense that they'd be over $100, but the shipping is supposed to take forever to get to you. It's not like DHL used to be, where you pay $20 more for your shipping and then they get to you in like a week. This thing was still saying it was going to get to me in like 15 to 20 something days. It's bullshit. As soon as I saw this, I was like, fuck, I got scammed, because I knew that, this isn't the norm. Who's going to pay, $145 for, shipping on an $80 figure? Like, get the fuck out of here. That's not how things work. So, again, I got scammed. Shame on me for falling for this shit. But we need to get these guys out of here. Apparently, they had lost their page years ago, and then somehow years passed and they jumped back on with a slightly different variation on V-Toys Studio. We need to get rid of them. So if you see V-Toys Studio with the hyphen, the underscore separating the V and the toys, or the V-Toys and Studio, you need to know that they're fake, and they need to be handled with extreme prejudice, because scamming people for figures that are no longer, or in most places not available, that's nasty work. Because we're all expecting to find these figures, and sometimes you do happen across deals. I've told you guys to be patient. That's been a thing for me. I'll be patient, and I'll come across cool shit, and I'll get it for a decent price. Is how I've done it forever. That's why I tell you not to listen to these new brand collectors that just started up pages that tell you, oh, you're doing it wrong, just say you're broke, blah blah blah. No, fuck you. We don't have to pay ridiculous prices to scalpers. If you're patient, you will find that figure for a reasonable price, because these days a lot more companies replenish their stock, so you can find this stuff. And that's what I thought I was running into here, because Taki came out like what, a year ago, or the beginning of this year. I think he came out a year ago. He was up for pre-order a year ago, and then he came out the beginning of this year and sold out everywhere except for eBay. There's thousands of them on there, but they're all $200, $300, $175, and I'm not doing that. It's not Mezco. V-Toys is not a Japanese brand. So if the Chinese brands don't cost as much, why are we going to pay that? People don't seem to be buying it from these, sellers. that are scamming people and trying to sell the figure for way more than necessary. So, you know, I'm not falling for it. You shouldn't fall for it either. And I'm doing my part to put this out there so you guys know that this is something that you need to look out for. Deal with them with extreme fucking prejudice. Report them as much as possible, mass report them. Whatever you guys do to people who are taking advantage of other people, get them. You know, let them know that we're mad as hell and we're not gonna take it anymore. We gotta deal with them because this is some serious bullshit. Serious bullshit. There's no reason why they should still be on IG getting the traffic that they get. And if you see the sites side by side, it's the exact same site or page with a couple more posts that are from non V-Toys figures. But what I thought they were a V-Toys engineer doing tweaks or customizing other figures, because I have seen that before with some of these newer companies where they started out making parts for, you know, existing figures, and then they have their own brand, you know. But it's a scam. Avoid them at all costs. If you do come across them, report them, harass them, whatever. Get them out of here, because no one needs to deal with this shit. I'm not the first person to get scammed by them. I'm not the last person. Let's make it so that no one else gets scammed by them. And with that, that's it for me. You've been great. Peace outside.